Hey guys, so this lesson is all about multiplying decimals. So when you multiply decimals, you're just going to multiply them like regular old whole numbers. So when you look at this problem, I'm going to pretend like this decimal part's not even there. Okay, because it has zeros at the beginning, it's like they're invisible. And I'm really just going to do 14 times 6. So I'm going to stack the one that has the more digits on top, and I'm going to put the one with fewer digits on the bottom. That just makes my work easier. So that's how I'm going to set up the problem, and then I'm going to use my multiplication chart if I need to carry out the multiplication. 6 times 4 is 24. The 4 gets to be written down, and the 2 goes up top. Then I'm going to do 6 times 1. 6 times 1 is 6. You have to add that top 2, and you're going to get an 8. So when I multiply, pretending them like they're whole numbers, I'm going to get 84. But these are not whole numbers, they're decimals. And the rule with decimals is your answer, which is called the product, has to have the same amount of decimal digits as are in the problem. So when you look at this problem, you notice you have 1, 2. There are 2 digits behind that decimal point. That means my answer must have 2 digits, 1, 2, behind the decimal point. So my answer for 14 times 6 hundredths would be 0.84. And that's that. So let's try another example. Once again, I'm going to pretend like they're not decimals at all. So this is kind of invisible to me. So I'm doing 28 times 46. It's a 2-digit by a 2-digit, so it really doesn't matter what's on top or bottom. And I'm going to set it up like that. Now I have to use my multiplication skills, and I'm going to do 6 times 8. 6 times 8 is 48. 8 goes down, 4 goes up. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 plus 14, that's 16. So I've multiplied both the top numbers by the 6. So now I'm done with that 6. Okay, I'm going to exit out. I'm done with it. Since I'm done with that 6, I'm done with this place value. You can exit out, you can put a 0, whatever you want to do. And I'm going to start multiplying by the 4. Okay, so I don't need that. So I'm going to do 4 times 8. 4 times 8 is 32. 2 goes down, 3 goes up. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3, that's going to give me 11. So once I've multiplied the top numbers by each digit in the second row, then I'm going to combine those two rows. I'm going to combine them by adding. This is where handwriting becomes super important because everything needs to be lined up or you're going to make a mistake. 8 plus nothing is 8. 6 plus 2 is going to be 8. 1 and 1 is 2. And a 1 plus nothing right there is just a 1. Now, if these were whole numbers, that would be my answer. I'd be done. But remember, these are not whole numbers. So go back to the original problem. I have one number behind the decimal, and then I have 2 more that are behind the decimal. So total, I have 1, 2, 3 numbers behind the decimal point in my problem. That means I need 3 numbers behind the decimal point in my answer. So my answer to this multiplication with decimals is 1.288. Last example. If I were to pretend like these are regular old numbers, I would have 7 times 432. When you set this problem up, it's always easiest if the longer number is on top. So I'm going to do 432 times 7. Okay, that looks like a Y. I'm going to fix it. 7 times 2 is going to give me 14. Carry my 1. 7 times 3 is 21. Add the 1, that's going to give me 22. 7 times 4 is 28. Add 2 more, you're going to get 30. Now remember, these are decimals, so I have to go back and count the numbers behind the decimal point. I have 1, and then I have 2 more. So I had a total of 1, 2, 3 numbers behind the decimal point in the problem. So my answer must have 1, 2, 3 numbers behind the decimal point. And that is how you are going to multiply decimals.